Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome! I am Joma Santos and I am a third-year law student. And in this video, I will be sharing with you my top essentials for law school online class. So the first on my list is the device where I can do my video conferencing, because every meeting you will have to meet the class online. Every meeting you have to meet the class. Yeah, so it could be a laptop, tablet, a desktop computer, or a phone, as long as you can install any video conferencing tool or applications which is required by professor or by your school. So the same device will be used for your online exams. So I suggest that you use a good quality laptop. It doesn't have to be expensive, as long as it is it is fast, it has enough memory space, and most importantly, it is allowed in the bar. I'm not sure if you have heard that the bar is now digitized, and the first batch will be taking it this November 2021. So number 2 on my list is a good and stable internet connection. So it may seem funny that I included this because it's obviously you need an internet connection, but I want to emphasize the need for a good and stable internet connection because, just to share, one of our professors during a class, when one of my blockmates got disconnected because of her poor internet connection, the professor said that the fact that you enrolled in the semester or in the school, there is a presumption that your internet could handle the online class. Sadly, even though it's beyond our control, that's just what it is. He or she got a grade of 60. That is the same grade that you will get if you are to recite but you're absent. That is quite frustrating because this is something that we cannot control. It's beyond our control, right? But yeah. So the third on my list is a notebook or a note-taking app. So in my case, before the pandemic, I used this Cattleya Note, this big notebook for my class notes or during recit notes. In the recent semester, what I used is a note-taking app, specifically a Microsoft OneNote. It looks like this. It's like a physical notebook because you can create and assign a notebook for every subject that you're taking. And also you can separate the content of the notebook per section. For example, you can separate the midterms and finals, and inside the midterms, you can do separate pages for every meeting. So, of course, you can write on it, you can add photos, and of course, you can also draw, highlight, so most likely, everything that you can do into a physical notebook, you can do there, except, of course, to tear it. The fourth one is a yellow paper. So, you might be asking, why do I need a yellow paper if the bar is now digitized or digitalized? Some or most of our professors in law school still requires you to submit a handwritten digest. So I remember in one of my videos, I mentioned that I used Cattleya brand for yellow paper, but now I use this brand. This is Victory Limited Edition Yellow Ruled Pad, and it has 85 GSM. I'm not sure if you will notice the difference, but this is the Victory brand, and this is the normal or regular yellow paper. The only issue that you'll encounter here is that not all pens work well in this yellow paper. For some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, you have to search for the right pen. Which is why number 5 on my list is a good pen. So, believe me when I say that I've searched so many bookstores, National Bookstores, Miriam, Office Warehouse, to look for the perfect, almost perfect pen. There's only one pen. I've searched so many places, and I'm so happy that I finally found you, Char. So this Pentel Energel BL107 and BLN105. It's retractable, so I don't have to worry about the missing cap or whatnot. And there is a rubber here, so it gives you more control when you write. So maybe that's the reason why it glides perfectly. So my tip or my advice for those who are not confident in their handwriting, you should practice writing in bigger characters so that when they check your paper, they will find it readable. So number 6 on my list is my Kodals and my books. So it doesn't mean that it's online. You don't have to read any physical copies of your books, or you don't have to read this kind of books. I've already explained before the difference between the Kodal and the book. So of course, yes, the Kodal contains the provisions of the law, while the book contains both the provisions and the explanations or the commentaries or notes coming from the author, which is more helpful for you to understand the law itself. So that's it. I can recall the provisions of the law or the explanations more effectively when I can actually write or underline or highlight on it. So yeah, the Kodals and the books are still important. Next one in relation to that is the highlighters. I have so many highlighters here. I use Stabilo and Sharpie brands, and I want it's the pen type rather than the shorter and thicker ones. Am I describing myself? But yeah, the highlighters are the best. So that is it. The 7 items which I find essential for my law school online class. But to add to that, may not seem essential, can be an optional. Number 1 is a printer. So if you want to print any reviewers, second one is a cell phone. I included this one because during exams, well, in the case of our school, at least 2 devices will be required. The first device will be used for taking the exam itself, and then the other one is for proctoring, wherein the camera shall focus on your screen and at the same time it can see you answering the exam. So the third optional item is a ring light. So if you want to improve the quality of your video, like how you appear in the Zoom classes or Google Meet or whatnot. So that is it for this video. I hope you learned something or find anything useful. See you in my next vlog. Bye!